Coach, thanks. CA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Inner Harbor and M&T Bank Stadium here in Baltimore, Maryland. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Baltimore Ravens. Two hard-hitting blue-collar franchises, one of the better rivalries going. The Ravens and Steelers are underway. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. On first down, it's gone. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Landry. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Out of the gun, gone. And Matthews over the middle with a grab. First connection there of the afternoon for those two, and it's good for a first down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
The Ravens get a new set of downs, give them 17 on that pickup. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. Goff now looking to throw. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Daniil Hunter in there to sack him for a loss of 6. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Now it's Goff off the bootleg. Flush to his right. And some room to maneuver. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down. Now Goff. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. Last week, somehow they won. He threw all those picks, but they still won. Here, opening drive, unfortunately, he picked up where he left off.
Partner, you get a lot of extra patience when you find a way to win despite you making mistakes. But starting out again this game, that patience is going to wear thin really quick, and I think the guys on the defensive side of the ball will be the first ones to let him know that's got to stop.
So good field position for the Steelers as they come up 1st and 10. So after the INT, here's Mahomes. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. A.J. Boye with a pick. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week. 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions change your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. Throwing on 3rd. Gone. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50, 1st and 10. And the Steelers set to take the field. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves, maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Here we go. Blue 45. Blue 45.
On 2nd down, here's Mahomes. Over the middle, he finds Pettis complete. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
A first opportunity for the Steelers in the red zone. 1st and 10 right at the 20. They go play fake. Mahomes. He'll buy some time right. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far at 2nd down. And there we saw rolling right out of the pocket. Maybe his momentum taking him toward that sideline led him a little too far.
Yeah, that is difficult, isn't it? Plus, you're closing down your space, right? You're shortening the field for your receivers. And their inclination is to go towards the sidelines as fast as the quarterback is as well. Hard for them to throttle down to leave themselves with enough room to stay in bounds and catch the ball.
1 yard, the official pickup there, so it's going to set up 3rd and 9. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. This is caught. Watkins. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Meanwhile, this one knocked down in the backfield. It's incomplete. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Working from the gun, Mahomes. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Vontaze Burfict. Not dropping into coverage. He comes on the blitz and takes him down for a loss of 9.
Black 58 rail. Black 58 rail.
Back with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's Steeler football to begin quarter number 2, and they'll come up looking to keep this drive moving. Back at the 16 now after the sack. Here's 3rd and goal.
There we go.
On play action, it's Mahomes. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. The scramble good for a nice gain of 10 yards, but still 4th down.
Well, partner, nothing comes open here, so he decides to escape out of there, and he doesn't pick up a first down, but he does gain additional yardage to set up a possible field goal attempt if they decide to go that route.
So still no touchdowns in the first half, but we do have some action on the scoreboard with the field goal. So
maybe now the mentality changes in this game, because anytime you can get to the red zone, and if you don't come away with 6 points, you feel like it's a disappointment. In a game like this one, being able to kick field goals means you're right there, and then you're just looking for that big break to take you over the top.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. So that's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the punt.
And they drop it for a loss, but penalty markers are on the field. Let's see about the call. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Now a play fake here on first down. And he's got the hook up here to Deshaun Jackson. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. It's a gain of 9 yards. And it'll be second and about a yard to go for the first. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. And just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. Right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Defense doing their job, really nowhere to run the football.
Yeah, it's almost textbook, wasn't it? Every place he tried to find an open spot, there just wasn't one. Congrats to the defense, no gain.
Call fitting your gaps, right?
I love it. You're exactly right.
They'll fake the handoff. Now gone. Rush coming, and he's taken down. That's number 4. Sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case, because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5. And he's got his man. That's Landry. A very solid gain of 27. Back in the first quarter, you said it, they need to avoid the big play, but he just got a big one right there.
You can't relax. You know, we talked about in the first quarter, but as the game progresses, still opportunities, and he took advantage of one there.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
On 2nd and 10, gone. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion. Kind of a muddle in the middle of the field.
And he's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run, and just lost track, and it cost him.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
They'll start with a give here to Balazs. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Mahomes going to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Mahomes to throw on second down. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Oh, he may have gotten lucky. Tried to dump it off underneath on the check down. Nearly picked. Instead, it's incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
Here comes the Raven offense now, ready for another possession. Well, they're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line. It was Taven Bryan who got him down defensively. Two minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to Baltimore after this. On second down, here's Goff. And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. A shotgun snap for Goff. And his throw is going to be incomplete. The intended target, the tight end, Austin Seferian-Jenkins. And that'll bring up second down.
Here we go.
From the gun, here's Goff. And Matthews makes the grab. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. A good pickup there at 22.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
Play action. It's Goff. And he's got his man on the crossing route. That's Landry. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. He needed a yard. That's what he got, and it's going to earn him a new set of downs. They go play action here on first down. And he will find his man on the outside. Flashy little move, but unable to reach the 40. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic.
And a Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. As it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15. Here's Goff. This is Riddick on the screen. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as he'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. On first down, it's gone. And he's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Now Goff. Oh, and he'll just get rid of this one deep. Oh, he almost had it for the pick. A great chance there for the interception in the end zone. Instead, 3rd down. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. He's going to need a little mustard on this one. It will be a 51-yard attempt. So we've reached halftime here with the visiting Steelers out in front. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. These offenses seemingly still back at the hotel for the first half. 3-0 our score as the second half gets underway. This will be taken about the 12. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the 3rd quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Now Mahomes throwing on 2nd down. He's going to look deep for one, and that's caught inside the 35. And he is taken down deep in Baltimore territory. A big play there, Mahomes to Watkins, 45 yards. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive. formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
They fake the give. Now Mahomes. And not only did he drop it, he dropped it in the end zone.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Well, close game, second half. You obviously hate to leave 3 out on the field.
Especially in a game like this when you know points are hard to come by. That was one of their best opportunities so far, and they come away with nothing.
Now Goff on first down. Looking for Landry, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Mike Hughes. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. He was looking for Landry that time.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. Going deep here for Watkins. Pushing his way through. So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
Throwing is Mahomes on third. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to drop it for a 4-yard loss, and it'll be fourth down. Here's Sam Martin now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And last time, one play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
And certainly some style points there on the spin. Not a whole lot thereafter, but still a pretty good gain. Give him 9 on the play, and it'll be second and about a yard. Out of the gun. Goff. He hits Riddick underneath. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
Well, that was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? Second and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. Vic Beasley able to make the tackle. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
To throw on second down is gone. Over the middle and into the hands of his is receiver Landry. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. Goff on third down. Oh, he almost had the rare interception. The big fella couldn't hang on, though. Incomplete. Another drive comes and goes. Still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. But just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
Now, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. Set him back 5. Here's Andy Lee now as he's on to punt for Baltimore. Now it's Ginn. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And completes it to Kirk over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there and a first down.
They hit that crossing route really well. Excellent timing, puts it right on him, and he keeps running.
Yeah, turned it upfield for good yardage. Mahomes now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. Broke through some contact, but unable to reach the 40. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On 2nd down, here's Mahomes. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Mahomes looks to throw on 3rd down. They find some open field here. The 20. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Might we see our first touchdown of the game? Here's 1st and goal. On play action, it's Mahomes. And it's caught. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Kick's 4th touchdown on the year. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead. Janikowski good with the extra point. And the lead grows to 10-0. Out to kick is Janikowski. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And now here come the Ravens. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky.
Out to the flat for Reddick. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It'll be a gain of 9, and that is going to set up a 3rd and 1. To throw is gone. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Raven 1st down. Goff now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the 2nd half. Not bad. 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. Back now in Baltimore. It's the Ravens with possession of the football, but trailing on the big board as we get set for the 4th. Here's Goff now on 2nd down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got it complete. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. Back to throw. Goff. Looking left side. That's caught by Landry. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 to the 5-yard line. They give him a gain of 37. And at this stage, down in the 2nd half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
A line of scrimmage, once again the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. Again, Goff. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Get your backs to the goal line. I can hear my high school coach right now. This is when force meets force. Got to be physical in order to win this battle.
Yeah, that's where the physicality pays off. A nice job forcing the contact and forcing the incompletion.
Yeah, Coach Ford would have loved.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Thought they had something going there to break that goose egg here in the second half, but to no avail.
Hope was alive until that interception. What a terrific play, taking the ball away after it looked like they were starting a drive.
And now that shutout still standing. You know that's something those defensive guys hold a lot of pride on, too.
No doubt about it. They're excited about where they are in this game.
And down he'll go at the 25. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Over the middle, he finds Pettis complete. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. I don't want to make a story where there's not one, but he threw the 3 interceptions last week. Looked a little uncomfortable. He looks much more comfortable today.
Yeah, just 1 pick so far and his team leads. So now they can play complementary football, meaning if he takes care of the ball and his offense, if they're humming along, the defense doesn't have to be out there as long. He's taking care of his guys on the other side of the ball.
They're enjoying a fourth-quarter advantage. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. They'll run it now out of the gun. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. DeMarcus Lawrence in on the tackle.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Mahomes now on the sneak, and he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. He'll wind up getting 2 there as he does it himself and picks up the first. Now this time Mahomes will throw. He's got Dallas Goedert, his tight end, over the middle. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
They'll run it now out of the gun, and he'll get it down here to the 43. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what was said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3-and-out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down.
Throw right side, taken in by Pettis. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
Yeah, when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, they like his work ethic. This guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. Melange. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to third down. They'll stay on the ground. Barrage again. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. Starting to look like this drive, it may be the final nail in the coffin.
Well, this is why you work out so hard, right? This is why you spend all that time in the offseason. This is why you have those OTAs and mini camps. For these situations, these scenarios, to run someone into the ground and secure a victory.
Mahomes going to throw it here. That is incomplete.
See, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe he didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, fourth quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the offense will get this one back. Boy, that could have been catastrophic at this late stage of the game, but they avoid disaster. And the Steelers on third down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 9. Mahomes finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Kalen Ballage with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead. Extra point hooks a bit, but it's up and good. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help. No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Ravens offense now, they get set to head back on the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. On first down, gone. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. Give him 8 on the play, and they're going to face a 3rd down. From the gun, here's gone. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And whistles, and they take their final timeout with 7 seconds left. Goff on 1st down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it looks like Steeler football. It is. A little careless with the football, and he also had a fumble loss last week, didn't he?
He certainly did, and when I'm watching him play, the one thing that comes to mind is always remember, traffic, turbulence, people around you, 2 hands. Get 2 hands on the ball. Grip it tight. I know it looks cool to have it in one hand, but put it away, tuck it away, because you've got to take care of the ball.
They run it with Balaj, and he'll be taken down here, and that is how this one is going to come to an end. With a storyline in this one, Charles, no doubt the number 0. Zilch, nada. A shutout so hard to do in the NFL.
It really is, and what an accomplishment, because you feel that not just on the defensive side, but as a full team. There's a lot of pride that goes into shutting out an opponent. And how about that 0 on the scoreboard for them, going along with those zeros in the time column?